Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Russ Tronson, principal of Beaver Dam High School, and I'm here with my friend Benny. And we're here to welcome you back to a new school year. Please stay tuned for a presentation on information that will relate to the opening of our school year in a different way than you're probably used to. At the end of this presentation, if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to the high school or Benny, and we'd be happy to help you. Other than that, thank you for taking time to view this presentation, and go Beavers!
Hi, my name is Mr. Casper. I'm excited about the upcoming school year. Welcome to Beaver Dam High School. I will be working with seniors and then A through K students that are juniors and sophomores. So again, welcome to Beaver Dam High School. Look forward to working with all of you.
Hi everybody, I'm Miss Gehring. I am the associate principal responsible primarily for activities and athletics. So we hope that all of you get involved. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, but welcome to our school.
Hi, my name is Mr. Essig. I'll be working with the 9th graders and the students in 10th and 11th grade, L through Z. It's a pleasure to work with you this year, and I'll be happy to help throughout the entire year. Thank you.
Hello, welcome new students and parents to our new student parent orientation night. I'm Russ Tronson, principal. Joined with me tonight is Mr. Casper, Mr. Essig, and Miss Gehring. You can see which alphabet they represent as far as student concerns and issues. One of the things at Beaver Dam that we are proud of is our BD Pride core values. We are committed to having pride here at BDHS. As you can see, pride is representative of having perseverance, responsibility, integrity, diversity, and engagement. These core values are very important to our school, and we hope that your student will demonstrate those values so that they can have a better school experience.
This is Miss Gehring, and I want to talk to you about all the activities and athletics that we have here at Beaver Dam High School. Even though things are a little different this year than last, we're still going to offer you plenty of ways to be involved here at school besides your everyday academics. Our goal is for every new student and freshman to pick at least one activity, which is either activities or athletics, which you'll see on the forthcoming slides, and be involved in some way, shape, or form. Your participation is important to keep you connected to our school community and to create valuable memories that will last a lifetime. In order to participate in our activities and athletics, being that it is a privilege to participate, you do have to, number one, be in attendance at school and be passing your classes. But when you choose to participate, we will get more into detail on that in the future. The activities you can pick from are listed here, but it is not a complete list. If you have an interest in anything and you have a group of 3 or more, and we can find a staff member that shares that interest or is willing to sponsor you, we will start a club for you. Many of these clubs were grassroots efforts started just from a couple kids who shared a common interest. We want you to be involved, and we want to help connect you with other kids and staff members in the building. The athletic teams that we offer are also listed here. They are divided into fall, winter, and spring seasons. If you would like to be a student athlete and try out for one of these teams, stay tuned for more information. Some of the fall sports have already started, so call our office and talk to Mrs. Pearson immediately if you want to join.
Hi, this is Mr. Essig speaking to you about Link Crew and a few other important things for the upcoming year. So Link Crew, for those who do not know, it is for our 9th graders, and they pair up with our upperclassmen, juniors and seniors, to help transition to be a successful student here at Beaver Dam High School. The primary purpose is to help guide for academic and social success and to help build a positive experience in our school system. Please look to these individuals for some guidance throughout the school year and as an advocate if you have additional questions or other things to bring up. Freshman orientation is going to happen virtually this year due to COVID. Juniors and seniors will typically or would have typically walked you through our building, done some other exercises to help you become acclimated with our building. But again, because of COVID, we are going to transition to a virtual opportunity to view and visit our school. And then they will also have some other things that they are going to do throughout the year virtually to, again, transition and help you in your process as a freshman. Some Link Crew coordinators are those listed here on this slide, I ask that if you have questions, you can go seek these individuals as well. Other changes because of COVID include locker. Typically, students are allowed to come in, view their locker, and get acclimated with the school, but due to COVID, this will not happen. So this year, we're asking for all students on their first day that they're allowed to be in school in person to bring all their belongings, and we will work to help you on that day. The schedule for this school year at the high school will be as follows. School will start at 7:50 a.m. and end at 3:10 p.m. The buses will leave at 3:17 p.m. on the side of our building, which is McKinley Street. The bell rings at 3:25 for all students to be out of our building. People are not allowed to be in our building after this time unless they are in a sport or activity that is supervised. We will have a 15-minute daily advisory period, and each day will have a 30-minute lunch. The hybrid schedule will be as follows. For students with last names A through L, those students will be present Mondays and Tuesdays. On Monday, they will attend periods 1, 3, 5, and 7. On Tuesdays, they will attend periods 2, 4, 6, and 8. Each period will be 94 minutes long. All students will be virtual on Wednesdays, and then Thursdays, students who have last names M through Z will be present periods 1, 3, 5, and 7, and 2, 4, 6, 8 on their respective days. Each student who selected the hybrid model will be in person for 2 days and will be virtual for the 3 days they are not in school. Lunches. Each student will have an opportunity to eat lunch that will be 30 minutes long. You will either have lunch 1, lunch 2, or lunch 3, and the times are designated on the screen. Freshmen and sophomores have closed campus for lunch. Juniors can earn lunch privileges. Seniors have open lunch campus.
Hello everybody, it's Mr. Casper. I'll take you through the rest of the slides of our presentation. Again, thanks for listening, thanks for being informed. Communication is always a big thing. We want to make sure we're providing those opportunities to stay informed. And one of the best ways, as you can see here on the slides, is through our BDHS app. You can download that. School Messenger, which would be through phones or emails. District website's always a good place. Skyward, of course. Radio station, newspaper in town, Facebook and Twitter. So some of the other social media outlets are always good places to look for communication about what's going on here at BDHS. I want to take you through a few things regarding our student handbook. The student handbook really captures all of the expectations and guidelines so that we have a safe, positive, non-threatening type learning environment where all kids can learn. And you can view the whole handbook in its entirety on our website underneath the Family Info tab. But one of the things we always touch on every year are the big no's. And these are some of the high-level things that could happen in a school building. And that would be alcohol, tobacco, drugs, that type of thing, weapons, any kind of violence or threats of violence. We certainly do not want that in our building. And we do whatever we can day in, day out to provide a safe environment. Students need to know that if those situations happen, they could be subject to suspension from school and or even expulsion. So we certainly don't want that to happen, but we have to mention it to make sure people are informed about that. Continuing on with the student handbook, there are a few changes just due to the COVID pandemic, and the biggest one is face masks. We will all be expected to wear those, and that includes students and staff at all times. The exception might be if you have any kind of medical situations or exemptions. Certainly during lunch, you can have the mask off, or if you're outside, those are different situations. The mask must align with our dress code, and that also means that we're not going to allow bandanas to serve as a mask, and then the mask needs to cover both your nose and mouth. Other reminders for students regarding COVID when they're here on site is to not group up or congregate in the hallways or lockers, that type of thing. We got to be very mindful of that we keep our social distancing and that we practice that. and certainly washing our hands frequently throughout the day, on and off. That will be the expectation. As far as electronic devices, and specifically with cell phones, students are allowed to use cell phones during the school day. You can see there before and after school, or during passing times, which are 5 minutes, certainly at lunch, and or with teacher approval. Sometimes teachers will allow phones to be used for instructional purposes in the classroom. Consequences, of course, that can happen. The phone could be confiscated for the class period, might be for the whole day. It could be longer depending on the infraction. So be very mindful of cell phone expectations in our building so you can maintain that privilege of using them during designated times. As far as lockers, you heard Mr. Essig talk about when you can come in, and unfortunately it'll be the first day of school is when you can bring in items to put in your locker. But just a few reminders about lockers. They are the property of the school district. People need to be mindful of that. Always lock your locker, be safe with that. And students have to understand that they are responsible for the contents of their locker. So that means don't share lockers, don't let other people put stuff in your locker, because you're responsible for the contents of the locker that's issued to you. We will give you a lock, so we only use the BDHS issued locks. And of course, the district and the school has the right to search lockers and the contents for a reasonable suspicion on something, or we need to check for whatever reason that might be. Important upcoming dates to note: Chromebook pickup is a crucial one. Those that have selected hybrid, August 26th, 11 to 7. Those students that have selected robust virtual, August 31st from 11 to 7. And that would take place here at the high school. First day of school, September 1st. We are looking forward to seeing kids back in the building. Parent-teacher conferences this year will be virtual. 2 dates in October, the 19th and the 22nd. There are some no school days coming up in the term 1, September 7th, which is Labor Day, and then towards the end of the month of October, the 22nd and 23rd. The end of term 1 is November 3rd. And certainly if you have other questions or need to see information about the calendar, the district website will provide that additional information that you're seeking. Some keys to being successful. Some of these you probably have heard about already. Many of you practice these on a daily basis, and we appreciate that. But just to capture a few things to keep in mind: every minute matters, and that's really directly related to attendance. You got to be here, you got to be on time to be successful. That's directly correlated with student success in terms of attending school on a regular basis. Engaging in all classes, and that also includes all the different virtual classes and opportunities that are going to be happening this school year due to COVID. So being prepared, doing your work, turning in your assignments, those are all good things. Staying organized, planning ahead, because we want everyone to graduate. That's the ultimate goal. And we know that if some of these things aren't done on a regular basis, that can lead to failing some of your classes, which would then prevent you from earning enough credits to graduate. And we certainly don't want that to happen. And then lastly, doing your best, getting involved in activities, athletics, whatever that might be. You heard Ms. Gehring mention that already in the beginning of the presentation, how important it is to get involved in your school community. Be mindful of social media interactions. We know many kids are engaged in the social media piece, as are many adults. Be very mindful of your interactions, and then certainly ask for help. We know times are going to come up where you need help, you need clarification on something. You can ask anyone here at school, from your counselor to your teacher to any of the principals. We're all willing to help you in any way we can. So with that, we thank you for listening. We appreciate you being informed. We look forward to working with all of you as you come into our school. We know that's a transition, being a new student, but we are here to help. So again, thanks for listening. Take care, stay healthy. We will see you soon.
As you move about the halls, please stay to your right. And social distance, arm's lengths apart. And when you come up upon people, move around. And please, whatever you do, Don't do this in our halls. We know you're going to be plenty excited to return to school and see people you haven't seen in months, but please refrain from engaging with people in this manner and instead do it this way. We ask that during the day when you go to your locker, you go there, put what you need in, take what you need out, and keep it moving. We need to keep our hallways clear, so when you're at your locker, please avoid socializing with others and make sure you're practicing that social distancing. Get what you need from your locker, and again, keep it moving. When we talk about good mask wearing, this is a great example. This one here, the nose is not covered up, so that's not good. And this one here, we got the mouth and nose exposed, definitely not good. And this one, I have no idea. As we get ready to return back to school, students, please practice social distancing, good hygiene, and of course, great mask wearing. If we can do all of this together, we can help keep each other safe and healthy and have a great school year. Thanks for your attention. And go Beavers!